Hello ACC Pumas. In this video, we are going to learn how to use the Navigate Schedule Courses tool to schedule and register for classes. To get to Navigate Schedule Courses, make sure that you're logging into Navigate through a web browser. We can't get to Schedule Courses or the Planner tool through the Navigate app. Once you're logged into Navigate, you'll want to check that you have classes planned in your academic plan. To see what you have planned, click the Planner tab at the top of the page to open your academic planner. If you don't have any classes planned for a semester, please view the Using the Navigate Planner video or work with your academic advisor. Otherwise, find the term you want to register for under My Academic Plan on the right and click the View/Edit Schedule button in that term. Note, if you need to log out of Navigate before finishing your registration, you can return directly to the Schedule Courses tool just by clicking the Schedule Courses tab at the top of the Navigate homepage. If you need to change the term, you can click the three lines next to the term on the left and choose Switch Terms. Now you're ready to start scheduling your classes. To begin, you will want to set up your campus preferences. This will tell Navigate where you intend to take your classes, either at the Littleton campus, the Sturm Collaboration campus in Castle Rock, the DSCD Legacy campus in Parker, or at another site. It will also allow you to tell Navigate that you intend to take online classes or virtual classes. To set up your campus preferences, click the gear icon on the left-hand side of the page and select the campuses where you would like to be taking your classes. Please note that the list of available campuses may vary from semester to semester, and not all classes will be available at all campuses. For more information about each of the current campus options, please see the Selecting Your Campus Preferences video. Once you have selected your preferred campus, please take a look at the other resources in the Preferences menu. If you are unsure about online classes and if they're a good fit for you, click this link for some helpful information. You can also add busy times if you know there are certain times of the week where you'll be unable to take classes. Finally, you'll be able to set up weekly outside commitments so that you can better plan your semester responsibly. Once you have all of your preferences set up the way that you want, you can go ahead and click the Update Preferences button at the bottom of the menu. Next, you can add busy time directly to the weekly calendar on the right-hand side of the page. To do so, you'll be able to click, drag, and drop over any times of the week when you know you will be unavailable to take classes. Setting up your preferences and blocking busy times will help you find classes that work for your calendar more quickly. Now you can begin building your schedule. Choose a class from My Planned Courses on the left and click Sections. Notice that there are three tabs under each sections: Available, Conflicting, and Full. Available sections are those that work with your preferences and busy times. Conflicting times are sections that conflict with your campus preferences, busy times, or conflict with another class you've already scheduled. Full sections are those that are currently closed to registration because they are at capacity. Please speak with an advisor if a class you need is full. Under the Available tab, we can see available sections at each of our preferred campus locations. Click the drop-down next to a campus location to minimize it, and click the drop-down for a different campus location to see the available sections at that campus. Please pay close attention to the information about each section. You can see the start and the end date for each section and the total number of weeks that the class will run. You can also see the number of seats that are available in the class before it becomes full. There are also several characteristics that a course may have. For example, it may be guaranteed transfer, or it may be a no textbook cost section. To filter your search by these characteristics and more, click the Edit Filters button at the top of the page. You can also use this menu to search for a specific instructor. The sections listed will also tell you the days and the times that the class runs. The exception is for any online classes. Online classes will not have days or times that they meet. They will say, check with instructor for times. But just note, these classes do not have meeting times because they are fully online. Once you find a section that works for your schedule, you can click the three lines next to that section and choose Add Section. Or you can click, drag, and drop on top of the weekly calendar. Note, this will only schedule you for the course. It does not register you for the class. Before registering, continue building your schedule by selecting the sections of each class that you would like to take for the semester. It can be difficult to build a perfect schedule, and sometimes you'll want to consider looking at sections that conflict with your campus preferences. If so, click on the Conflicting tab to see available times that may conflict with your campus preferences or your busy times. If you find a section that does work with one of your schedules, even if it conflicts with your stated busy time or your campus preferences, you can click the three lines next to that section, or again, click, drag, and drop to add the section. Because this conflicts with either a campus preference or a busy time, Navigate will double check that you do want to add this particular section. If it does work for your schedule, you can click Yes and schedule that section of the course. You will not be able to schedule any classes that have a time that conflicts with another course that you have scheduled. These will show up under conflicting with a big red bar around them. Navigate will not allow you to add section using the three lines or to click, drag, and drop these classes. If you run into a conflict, you may need to unschedule one of your sections. To do so, on the right-hand side of the page, scroll down below the weekly calendar. Here you see a list of the classes that you have scheduled. For any class that you would like to unschedule, click the three lines and choose Unschedule Course. Some students may need to look up a class by doing a search for the course registration number, also called a CRN. If you know the CRN for the section that you need to add, click on the magnifying glass on the left-hand side of the page to do a quick find for that CRN. In the search box, type in the CRN that you need to add and click Enter. And from here, click the three lines to add section, or click, drag, and drop on top of your calendar. If you are having difficulty finding sections for the classes you planned, you might want to add a different course and search for sections. To do so, click the Search for Courses button on the left-hand side of the page. From here, you can type in the course code, make sure that you don't include any spaces, or you can do a search by subject or department. Please make sure that any classes you add through a CRN or course search are a part of your degree plan. Contact your advisor if you are unsure. To schedule an appointment with your advisor, click the Schedule an Appointment button on the left-hand side and choose Academic Advising and Transfer. Your Navigate scheduler also has a Quick Schedule feature which you can access from the left-hand menu. Using this feature, Navigate will look for sections of each of your planned courses and will apply your preferences and busy times to make some possible schedules that will work for you. This can be a great time-saving feature for classes that have a limited number of available sections. To use one of the suggested quick scheduled plans, click the Pick These Times button at the top or at the bottom of the page. Please make sure that you are looking to see the dates each class runs, the days and times for each class, and the campus location. Once you click the Pick These Times button, you can review the quick schedule that was built for you. If you want to make any changes to each of these classes, you can click the 3 lines and unschedule the course. Once you have your schedule set the way you want, you will need to register. Please note, scheduling a class in Navigate does not automatically register you for that course. You can see below your weekly calendar that the classes you have scheduled are not registered. A lot of students miss this last step and don't end up enrolling in the classes they want because they stop here. So, to register for your classes, first, you need to check to see if you have accepted your payment agreement for the semester. You will need to accept a payment agreement for each semester. If not, you will see you have this big yellow bar across the top of your page that says, please resolve the following to enable registration. To accept your payment agreement, click the link underneath the yellow bar. Read the payment agreement carefully so that you understand your financial responsibilities upon registering. At the end of the payment agreement, click the I agree button. Once you have agreed, come back to the Navigate scheduler and click the refresh button inside the yellow bar. After you have accepted the payment agreement, you'll see you have a register button next to pay tuition. I've accepted my payment agreement for the summer semester. So to show you what that looks like, after you accept the payment agreement, you'll have the register button. It will show you the number of classes that you have scheduled but not registered for in parentheses. So to get registered, click the register button. If you run into any issues or are having any difficulties, please reach out to your academic advisor. Thank you for watching.